I'm ready for our science experiment, but before we start, I want to just talk a little bit about what's been going on. This morning there was an earthquake and it was a little bit scary, so I want to just make sure that we're all okay and feeling all right. It's okay to feel a little bit nervous about what's going on, but these are the times where we want to practice our breathing and make sure that we're staying positive or even neutral. And Juno is a perfect example of that. He is so funny because a lot of times during thunderstorms or earthquakes or rainstorms, things like that, dogs get really scared, or like fireworks too. They hear it and they get really nervous. Juno never gets scared. Oh, Juno, come here. He only gets scared about strangers, huh? But, so I wanted to give you that example of Juno this morning when the earthquakes were happening. He was just in his bed and he was just looking at us like everything's totally groovy. And so when things like that happen, I always think about Juno because he's so good at just being neutral and just shrugging his shoulders, and it's not bad, it's not good, it just is. And that's something that we've talked about in class a couple times. If someone does something at recess that we don't like, or something doesn't go our way, instead of reacting and being angry, we can just be neutral about it. We don't have to be happy that things don't go our way, but we also don't have to be mad about it. And so I always think about Juno. I hope you guys do as well. Just think about Juno, just totally neutral. It just is what it is. And, oh, there you are. And we'll just keep doing our best and being flexible and keep breathing. So I just wanted to check in with you guys before we started. So now for our science experiment, you need a golf ball and a ping pong ball. And I couldn't find a ruler, and so I'm just going to use our math book instead. The ruler is just to make sure that both the golf ball and the ping pong ball get pushed at the same time with the same force. So I'm going to try to set this up. Now, my floor, there's tile, so there's ridges, so that might mess up some of the results, but that's okay. You guys should have watched the YouTube video about Newton's second law before we start. So if you haven't, pause, go start that. Watch the video. Then you should have your science book out, and we're on lesson 3. You watched the video and wrote your notes about it, and now we're going to test his theory. So it says all the things that you'll need, and then you're going to write a prediction for what will happen for the following situation. So it says, if we push a ping pong ball and a golf ball with the same amount of force, which ball will travel further? So the golf ball is a lot heavier than the ping pong ball. Do you think that weight difference will affect the distance it travels? So write that down, and then then you'll go to your trials. So the first part, you are gonna set it up as best you can. My tile is it's kind of like rigidy, like I said, so I'm just doing the best I can. That seems like a good spot. So I'm gonna take my math book and I'm gonna push this time with a gentle force. So gentle, I'm not shoving it, I'm not pushing it really hard, just really gentle. So here we go. Okay, kind of went a little curvy. So now you're gonna measure how far it went and write it in these little trial boxes. So measure the distance. Again, I don't have a ruler, so maybe I'd use something like a toy or something straight. Let's see, let's grab a pen. So I would start at the book and I would just go 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half pens for the golf ball. So then I would write that there for the golf ball, trial 1. 4.5 pens, because that's what I'm using to measure. And then for the ping pong ball, I would do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5. Okay, so then I'm gonna do this 2 more times. Trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, and then for the average, you'll need a calculator for this. You're just gonna add up all these distances and divide it by 3. So the ping pong ball, maybe it was 5 pens this time, maybe next time it's 5.5, and then the third time it's 5 again. I would do 5 plus 5 plus 5.5, and then divide that by 3. So that's how you find the average. So you use a calculator and use an adult if you need to, if you need help. And then you'll do that for the golf ball as well. So then the next part, you're going to have the golf ball and the ping pong ball be moved by a strong force. So this time you're pushing the math book or the ruler, whatever you have, with a strong force. So you're gonna try and push it far. Let's see. So yeah, there you go, strong force. They're going pretty far, so you guys can't see it, but the golf ball went way further. So I'm going to, again, use my pen to measure how far it went. I'm guessing maybe 13, 12 pens. I'll do that 3 times, add it up, again, divide by 3, because that's how many times we did the trial for the average. Then you guys are gonna answer these reflection questions. Which ball went the furthest on a gentle push? Which ball went the furthest with a strong push? If I push the golf ball with a medium force, so in between, what do you think would happen? And if I wanted the golf ball to travel a shorter distance than the ping pong ball, what could I do? So you'll answer those questions and then do this soccer example as a final reflection. And that is it for science today, for weight and motion. So, super exciting, pretty simple. If you need anything, let me know. Good luck with everything. I hope you enjoyed the math lesson for today. It's kind of like a puzzle, I always thought, where, again, you're finding the missing piece. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hang in there. I love your guts. I miss you, and I'll talk to you soon.